Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here with an umbrella as a recording of this Wednesday, September 28, 2022. Starting off this video here on Market Street. There's a few people kind of wandering around. A lot of the stores are closed. There is a Hurricane Ian approaching the shores of Florida, and I am going to be staying at the Contemporary Disney Resort for the next 2 evenings. I need to go check in. I kind of need to get over there now because there are some outer bands approaching from this, and I believe later this evening the storm is supposed to make contact. Now, the reason, well, there's a couple different reasons that I'm staying at the Contemporary property tonight. Epcot's 40th, I got it confused with Walt Disney World's 50th. Epcot's 40th anniversary is October 1st. It is quite the celebration, and that kind of ties in to an extended pre-weekend, even though it's Wednesday, leading up to that. And that just also coincides with a good place to, as some of the meteorologists say, not my terminology, hunker down. And if you're gonna hunker down in a place that might not lose power, and if it does, might not lose it for very long, I'm thinking why not be on Walt Disney World property? It'll be an experience. The flooding has began. I'm gonna get over to my vehicle and get under some shelter. Join me. Oh, my umbrella just fell. It's my umbrella. Shall you? I'm also gonna go by a couple stores and see if I can get some supplies, some water, some snacks, some food, things like that. But I'm gonna walk over here to Lake Reinhardt and just see how that's doing before heading out. It's a little after 10 a.m. at this precise moment. Not too many people wandering around. It looks like the diner over there. The coffee shop's closed. Over at the Celebration Bohemian Hotel, someone said spine, the sign's not spinning around. And they've got these cones in the front parking lot. They don't want anybody parking over there, obviously. When a Starbucks is closed, you know something is about to happen. Okay, as of this moment, Publix is still currently open. This looks like kind of a mess, however, just with the amount of people that are kind of going in here, and I'm guessing they probably won't have any cases of water. I'm gonna try Walgreens, which is open 24 hours. I'm gonna try that. It's 10:19 a.m. at the moment. Now, I fueled up last night, so I'm good on gas, but take a look at this. All of these worker vehicles who are gonna be out taking care of business today, making sure everything is in order, are all fueling up over here. All right, looks like I might have missed the mark on this one. They're closed already, even in the AM. Okay, Walgreens, closed. All right, thankfully Wawa was open, so I got a bunch of bags of chips, I got a bunch of peanuts, I got a bunch of water, I got some green teas, things like that. Now also inside the Contemporary, some of the stores and restaurants might be open, but this is, just in case. And with one of the archways on the property approaching, see some storm clouds are moving in over there, probably some of the outer bands. When I lived in the Panhandle, had a couple lock-ins at churches that my dad used to preach out during hurricanes. Never done one on Walt Disney World property before. Yeah, take a look at this. Even on the GPS, showing 7-minute commute to the Contemporary, and it even says on the map, hurricane warning. Thank you. It's good to be here. Also, I was not able to access and get a theme park view room from either one, Contemporary or Bay Lake. However, I should be able, well, I'm also gonna say that today, all the parks, all the WW parks, including Magic Kingdom that's over there, are closed. They have not announced this Wednesday, as a recording of this, they're closed. They have not announced about tomorrow. Tron's supposed to open in spring of next year, 2023. People honking down below. As I stated, no monorails will be going by. We see the castle off in the distance, train station. And could have gone up one more. However, at the very, very top, there is no roof above. I do have my umbrella, but it's just kind of easier to be here under this little overhang, this little overlook, if you will. Okay, you see the train station off in the distance. See the monorail station as well. And you can see the wind going off of Bay Lake over there. And the rain is almost going sideways. A misty sideways rain. Oh, hey Bricky!
Hey!
Yeah, that is pretty dang cool. It's like engulfed in mist. It's going to be interesting to see the evolution of how this timeline goes over the next 48 hours. And kind of how that goes, and what the weather conditions will be like. I talked to someone on the way in, a cast member, said the odds of this place losing power are less than some of the areas because the grid is underground and they have their own power source, or at least something like that. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but we first started talking a few months ago about coordinating for the Epcot 40th.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea that you would be experiencing your very first hurricane?
No, not at all. And what I've been trying to tell people in my video too, I've had this trip booked for months, like well over 6 months. I knew, actually, when I left last year for the 50th, I knew I was coming back for Epcot 40. And so for this to perfectly align with what I already had planned, it's insane.
Okay, as we walked up the stairs, we're noticing over here, it doesn't look like the restaurant is going to be open up here on the top of the Contemporary. All right, the door is closing. Now the pool closed at noon today. Cast member, when I was coming in over here, they said that the pools at both resorts here on property, you got Bay Lake and you got the regular Contemporary proper. We're noticing over here, we're taking a drive over to the Speedway too, just try to see if we need to get any more snacks or any more things like that. But also looking over at the Magic Kingdom TTC parking lot, all the campers from Fort Wilderness are all parked over there, as well as the tram. So obviously everyone who is staying at the campground has been moved over into the hotels on property. And their campers are now parked over there. It was kind of a weird vibe.
Very weird.
I'm trying to get over to the Speedway over here too. Get some more snacks. And obviously the guests are not staying in those. They have been put up in some of the Disney hotels and resorts. Anyone that was staying at the campground, they kind of got an upgrade. Now they're staying inside and not in their campers. This might be the last cases of water anywhere. Look at these. Granted, it's the salty Dasani water, but yeah, it's still water nonetheless.
But it's the same price for one at the Contemporary.
That's true, yeah. That says it all right here. It's going to be historic. Also got some beef jerky. Kind of loaded up on beef jerky too. Also, we asked about Top of the World, now called what's it called? Villain's Grove?
Villain's Lair.
Villain's Lair. Villain's Grove East, some call it?
Yeah, that's the nickname.
But the cast member said odds of it opening at 5 or 6 p.m. when it normally does, slim to none. Walkway to MK over here. What are the odds of us getting over there?
Dude, if we could get up to the gate, I'd cry.
Now over here where the bus stations are, all the buses are parked. And I also talked to a couple other guests who are staying at the Contemporary, and they just walked up to the gate and they said anybody could just walk up to the gate. They went up and got some photos, and we're just kind of following their lead and walking over here. Definitely a big difference when we were here last October 1st for the first day of the 50th.
You think?
Crowd-wise. You know, the world's most magical celebration. It's almost been a year.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Not a soul. Well, except for the lady and her family that passes back there. And you can see there's a couple other people, only 2 other people out here, 2 other guests wandering around. We've got this whole place to ourselves. Awesome. This is something. All roped and stanchioned off over there. Train station. Just talking to those 2 other guests. They were getting their photos in front of the Topiary Mickey and Minnie up here. All right, heading back out now. There was a cast member at the front and just said we couldn't go any farther than where we were. So now with the other people that were heading back over to the Contemporary. All right, that was pretty interesting. I thought maybe they would have someone over there, just a cast member, but the only cast member was all the way at the front by the front gates.
Unreal, man.
And we just be able to walk all the way up to the front gates.
Hey, but at least we got to see that, right? Like,
look, there's more people.
Yeah, there's a family coming.
There's a lot more people. Everyone's just walking over here. You can walk up to the gates, but you can't go in. And take a look at this view. Got the monorail. Both sets of monorails are parked here for the eve. Got one there and another one on the back side. as well. Definitely plenty of people in here, and it looks like Contempo Cafe and Chef Mickey's is open. I love this mural, the Mary Blair mural that is in here. And just to tide me over till Chef Mickey's. I've never eaten at Chef Mickey's, by the way. We're getting a little piping hot caffeinated beverage. Down on the lower level, kind of noticing that I don't know if they brought this in because of the inclement weather outside, but they're doing some events in here. You know, kind of like shows the little board here with all the events that's happening inside, not outside, including some cornhole that's being played. You could like toss the corn around, try to get it in the hole, the cornhole. But not only that, but they also have some PG-13 movies playing throughout the course of the day. These could be the movies that are played outside, but they're inside. At least that's my assumption. Yeah, check this out. This looks like you could see like Danny Torrance sitting right here.
Oh, it's like a giant.
Does it?
Giant. Yeah, I wasn't seeing it at first, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like a different color palette, but it's definitely like where Danny's not here, Mrs. Torrance. And looking at how the weather is now coming down outside very, very heavily, this might be the beginning of being inside for a while. And walking over here to the lobby, I do love, so this is the traditional four-legged goat, but then you have the Mary Blair, almost like a hidden Easter egg, five-legged goat. I really like this photograph here. This kind of shows the construction of the Contemporary. So you got the pool area over here, and the way that the rooms are like little pods that are being putting up into the A-frame. And I would imagine it's very, very stable with these like pylons going way down and concreted into the ground. So, and we had thought about walking out onto the dock, but I'm gonna use the other door. But I think it started raining pretty hard. So I think we might just get a look at it from here, from this angle. Might be able to see it from the room too. Could definitely get a good photo with one of the heavy metal Mickeys right there. That's not the one in front of Magic Kingdom, but we're gonna go past the sandbar, see if we can walk out on the dock. Yeah, it is rare that you'll see waves and wake out here on Bay Lake. It's usually not this choppy. You see the docks over there. It's really not even that windy quite yet, but it will be. And how awesome is this? The little logo there of the Contemporary down here on the ground. Sometimes they'll have the walking mats over here that look very similar to that same design. But right now they have the 50th mats as well. And obviously a lot of sandbags for all the doors that are not being utilized to go in and out. And I love the elevators. Look at the monorail going by here. You got the textbook classic Contemporary, and then Mickey on the 10th floor.
The 10th floor.
Yeah, thanks Mickey. And this is also pretty neat, but the monorail beam maintenance vehicle is right down here parked as well near this entrance. And this is the first time I've ever seen the doors closed on the monorail beam. They have the door closed. There actually is a heavy door that is closed. I've never ever seen that before because the monorail is always working. And there's actually a number of different maintenance vehicles over here. There's a total of 4 of them parked inside, out of the elements, kind of safe from the inclement weather and whatnot. So you got 2 tucked away on that monorail beam, and then another 2 tucked away right here. That must be the 4 that are utilized here on property. This is such a unique vibe being in here during this. Knowing that the parks are not open, knowing that everyone is just inside, staying out of the elements. And it's kind of a good thing we were able to get in, everything kind of coordinated, checked in today inside here, because I heard a rumor, might even be factual, that tomorrow, and as the recording of this is Wednesday, but starting tomorrow, what would be Thursday, they're not accepting anyone to check in, even those who have reservations. They are just going to pretty much shut down any check-ins. So it's kind of one of those situations that if you're in here for the duration. And I know it might sound really bizarre to even say this, but I'm kind of racking my brain trying to think of anywhere in Central Florida that I would want to ride this out, and this would be my #1 pick. I know it sounds peculiar to even say that, but I can't think of anywhere. If I had to be somewhere that was structurally stable and sound, that I could peek out at and know there was just so much going on during the storm, I think this would be my #1 pick. I think this would probably be it.
The way this all aligned is just crazy. It's nuts.
The thing that will be interesting is the storm could pass, then we'll have a day leeway, and then it's Epcot's 40th.
Yeah, if Epcot 40th, like if Saturday takes off like it's supposed to without a hitch, this just became one of the wildest Disney weeks ever.
And right now it is 3 p.m., just giving a timely, well, about 3:10 p.m. And according to what I was seeing on the news, you know, just looking at my phone online and stuff, at 2 p.m., so an hour ago, the eye, what do they call it? The eyelid? The eye, not the eye, they called it something eye. But the middle of it, not the eye of the storm, they had an actual technical name, crossed over by where Fort Myers is, so a little bit south of Tampa. So it's already made its way on shore and just kind of slowly creeping its way up this direction. Okay, I'm looking at this and it appears as if it's gonna be business as usual tomorrow, no matter what the weather's like. Well, unless it gets really, really, really bad. You know, so this is today, as a recording of this, and this is tomorrow. They're still gonna have activities, movies, board games, and whatnot as well, and the restaurants should be open and the stores should be open. All right, it is now 5:06. Kind of sounds echoey because I have my face right up against the glass. Well, my face isn't right up against it, but it's like 2 feet away from the glass. Camera's up against the glass. Starting to get a little more intense out there. We went up to Chef Mickey's, put our name in. So it's gonna be about a 5-minute wait, no reservation needed. And I believe it has it's already kind of made its way onto shore. Now it is not gonna be going over Orlando according to the latest projected path until about 7 a.m. in the morning. Now when it was out in the ocean and right when it touched to shore, it was a category 4, I believe, and then maybe a 3 or 4, but it was definitely higher than it will be when it finally goes across the eye of the hurricane, goes across Orlando in the morning. You can definitely see the wind has kicked up out there as it is slowly approaching. Now leave it to a hurricane to be the first time I've ever eaten at Chef Mickey's. First time ever. Now they do not have the characters out tonight at Chef Mickey's for understandable reasons. You know, the characters need to do their own thing as well. And I'm not really familiar too much if it was normally a buffet, but tonight it was a complete buffet style with a pretty good assortment. A good mixture. Ended up going up twice with the assortment of some meats and veggies and whatnot. Brookie got a plate as well. And pretty good. Chef Mickey's would recommend for the price. It was only $20 plus tax per person, which seems like a pretty good deal. Starting to get kind of sky's getting a little darker out there as well. And it's kind of interesting, certain areas of the roof are kind of leaking a little bit, and right in the middle of Chef Mickey's, coming from the roof, there's like one single drop of rain that goes down. They kind of have it kind of blocked off a little bit in a trash can where it's hitting there. One of the cast members was like, hey, check this out. It's coming from the roof all the way down into the trash can. So I just stood here watching that for a couple minutes as it goes from the roof. I'm noticing over here, they got a little fan over there to kind of dry the carpet off. This is where the window was busted out for whatever reason. If you need to exit the building, exit through the first floor. We're up on the second floor. You can even see they have the sandbags blocking these doors so the wind does not open the doors. It's really starting to pick up out there. Now last night when I got back into town, my dad picked me up from the airport and took me to get my car. And whoa, that's windy. That's windy. Had dinner with my parents, got caught up with them. They have decided to stay at a friend's house. They have some friends from church. And where is he going? Oh, he just lost his hat. Did you lose your hat?
I was like, no way can I start this video series wearing this hat and not in with
Your hat blew. I was like, where are you running to? So my parents are over at a friend's house from their church that they go to, who have a, really stable building, bricks, the whole thing. So they are not here. They are at their friend's house, but they're safe as well. Kind of windy out here. I feel pretty confident in here. I feel pretty good. Just kind of still got to see what happens throughout the course of the evening though. And over here, even Mickey and Minnie dressed in their 50th outfits are also enamored with the parked monorail right there. They're just like staring right at the monorail saying, that's unusual seeing the monorail parked right there. I can't do a very good Mickey. Be like, I can do the, oh boy, but I can't do the rest.
Conversation?
The full, yeah. I can do the, oh boy. Kind of like I can do Arnold. That's right. Come on. You got to start off with a, come on.
But full sentence, you're out.
Yeah, full sentence, it kind of goes off the rails.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh boy. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good one for me.
Strong out of the gate.
All right, over into the little snack gift shop now, and they do have Mickey bars. I think I'm gonna I've got to document this occasion with a little. You want a Mickey bar? It's Mickey bar time. Now you were saying, you were thinking about maybe getting the Mickey sandwich.
I tend to go sandwich.
Yeah.
It should be delivered on ice cream to us.
They should deliver them. It's always good to document something for posterity with the Mickey bar. Okay, we're trying to go across the walkway here. Oh my God, this is like, it's pretty strong. All right, going in here, going across.
Oh my Lord!
It is windy, right? You thought I was over exaggerating? All right, the wind is really whipping up out there now. They went back up on the outside kind of staircase here. I don't know if I want to get too close to the edge because it is definitely in like a wind tunnel as well. That's not undermining any of the actual wind that's blowing up against the side of this window. And then the park over there. Really windy. Look at the trees down there. Yeah, Bricky was just noticing that everything is lit up over there. So Space Mountain's lit up, Astro's lit up. The castle is not lit up. I mean, and obviously Splash Mountain's not lit up either, or Big Thunder, but Main Street's lit up. But the castle is not illuminated. All right, so supposedly at 9 p.m. they're gonna make everyone, this is just a rumor, they're gonna make everyone go to their room. It is now 7:30. Ooh, ooh. Getting out in it? A nice gust there. It's now 8:23 p.m. We were gonna go back to the room, but we just decided to get, we got half coffee and half cocoa. What did you call it?
It's a mocha.
It's a mocha.
Yeah, hurricane mocha.
It's a hurricane mocha. So I've never tried that before. I just took like a packet. Also, they were nice enough. We ordered 2 coffees. We were gonna pay for them. They said, these are on the house.
Just gave us the cups.
So they just gave us the cups. They're, you know, also, the meal we had at Chef Mickey was supposed to be like 60 bucks. They only charged 20.
They informed us that those meals are normally like 40 something for kids,
Yeah,
and like 60 for adults.
The Chef Mickey,
20 even.
Yeah, so I guess because of the storm and because there's no characters and all that, they complimented the coffees, and Chef Mickey's for everyone, not just us, 20 bones. Pretty freaking good deal.
And really good food.
Really good food, and it is so windy out there. We've been watching this door over here. There's a little pathway that leads across the 4th or 5th floor over to Bay Lake. When that door opens, everyone loses their hats, their glasses, they best remove them, and their cups, whatever they're holding, just kind of gets launched because it is so windy out there. You can even see the rain is going sideways outside that window, and the lightning has started to really formulate out there. I was hoping maybe if I point my camera at this long enough, I'll see a lightning strike, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Now I think one of my, there was some lightning. I missed it though. I was looking at my face. I think one of my favorite things while I sit here watching the lightning is when that door opens, there is a blast of cold air that just kind of like formulates itself over this way. We're far enough from the door. It's not dangerous or anything, but it definitely has like a nice little wind burst. Also, and then the monorail directly above my head. This is one of those moments I'm gonna probably always remember. I'm never gonna come back in the Contemporary and not think about just hanging out here all day.
Yeah. Absolutely impossible not to remember today.
You can really see how it's coming down out there. from this angle, just pouring down the side of this window here. Very large window right here in the little atrium. It's kind of neat, just like watching out the side of the window and just pouring down there. All right, it is now 9 p.m. They have closed up the Fantasia store. They are locking it up. And we're just kind of waiting to see kind of what happens if they're going to escort everyone out of the main. I mean, there's still a lot of guests in here. And they're also bringing in the wet vac over here because it appears as if the side of this glass is now starting to leak, which is going to be kind of interesting because usually the way a hurricane works is once it gets overhead, the rain just keeps coming down and coming down and coming down, and there's usually a lot of flooding and whatnot. So they've kind of like placed, they're trying to kind of sop up the water and stuff. We'll see how this happens, you know, throughout the night and into tomorrow. It's kind of neat to see some of the behind the scenes. It's really pretty cool to see how well this building is holding up during the storm, but you can see they're looking for leaks with the flashlight up there. So they keep like putting the flashlight on the ceiling to look for any leaks just so they can kind of have the bucket and just kind of have the plan ahead for how to deal with the leaks. All right, this is completely soaked down here. Gonna push, it is so windy. Trying to get over across. All right, oh, go, 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 go. All right, the corridor of wind through here. Just gotta be careful, I don't slip and fall. Woo, I gotta take my hat, I'm gonna take my hat off. Oh, wow. It's getting ready to open up out here. Once I get past here, this is gonna be open to the elements. Oh my gosh, wind tunnel. Holy cow. Go, go, go. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh. Go. Almost made it. I want to slip and fall. Holy cow. Oh, it is coming down.
I just felt like the stormtroopers at the beginning of New Hope.
Bay Lake is moving. Some waves out there crashing along the shore. The wind rustling through the trees. Look at that. Should also mention that it is 9:30 p.m. at the ending of this episode. The hurricane has already made landfall. At 8 a.m. approximately tomorrow morning, as the recording of this, tomorrow morning after this, is when it's supposed to be directly over Walt Disney World and Orlando. As bad as it is now, curious how it's going to be when I wake up in the morning. That will be what I concentrate on tomorrow here from the property, and I will be here all day tomorrow as well. And just curious to see if there's going to be any differences or how bad it's going to be when I awake. Stay tuned. And that's going to do it for today. Tomorrow is another day. I'll be here then as well. 2-day lock-in. Temporary Bay Lake Resort. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, the vlog. is over.